Hey guys, as always, grab you a calculator, a paper, a pencil so you can participate in the lesson today. We're going to look at discounts again today, but we're going to look at discounts just a little bit differently. We're going to look at two different ways. If I can get my camera sort of right. So let's look at discounts how we looked at them yesterday. So right now all winter stuff is on sale, is on clearance. And so let's say that all winter apparel is 70% off, and I found a pair of gloves that I really like that are $15 gloves, okay? So we would need to find 70% of 15. 70% of 15. So we'd punch in our calculator 0.7 times 15. And I got 10.5, so that would be $10.50 off. So 70% of 15 is $10.50. So that's how much we get to take off. It's 70% off. So now I get to do $15 minus $10.50. And so 15 minus $10.50 is $4.50. So my gloves that were originally $15, they're 70% off, so I got to take off 70%. So now my gloves are now $4.50. That way of figuring discounts is great. It works. There is a more efficient way, a quicker way to work them that I wanted to just discuss today. And honestly, I don't care which way you do them. I just want to keep your brain moving and know that there are other ways to do it too. Okay, if it's 70% off, then what percent are we actually paying for? If we're taking 70% off, then we're actually paying for 30% of it, okay? So you could, instead of finding 70% of it and then having to subtract it, because that's what is off, we're actually paying for 30% of it. So you could, instead of finding 70% and subtracting, just find 30% of 15. Let's try that. So we're going to punch in 0.3 times 15. And we get, you get this? We get 4.5. Well, what is that? Well, that's $4.50. That's what we got. We got the same answer. So in this strategy, we figured out how much are we taking off, and then we had to take that off. In this strategy, we figured out, well, if it's 70% off, that means I'm actually paying for 30%. So what is 30% of the cost? And it's $4.50. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, at Dick's right now, I know the cheap stuff is going on sale so they can get rid of all of their stuff they got in. So let's say you had your eye on this hoodie that was originally $70. And let's say that right now at Dick's, Chiefs apparel is 60% off, let's say, okay? So the way that we did it yesterday, we would find 60% of $70. Okay, so we'd punch in our calculator 0.6 times 70. 0.6 times 70 is $42. Okay, so that's how much 60% off. So that's how much we're getting to take off. So now I've got to do 70 minus 42. And I get 28. So my $70 hoodie that I had my eye on is now on sale for $28. Pretty good buy, okay? The more efficient way of looking at it is, if it's a $70 hoodie that's 60% off, then what percentage are we actually paying for? We're actually paying for 40% of it. So instead of finding 60% and having to subtract it, we could just find 40% of 70. And so I'm going to punch in 0.4 times 70. And I get 28 in one step instead of having to do two steps. Just another way to do it. I honestly don't care which way you do it. I tend to do it this way a lot just because my brain works that way. But every once in a while, I'll get a percentage that it would be easier just to do it this way, and so then I'll do it this way. Whichever, on your practice sheet today, we're going to practice both today, but in real life, I want you to do the way that you can do it, okay? I've got one more example for us. So let's just say you're a KU fan, and KU stuff, let's say, KU apparel is 80% off, let's say right now, and you found a $40 jacket that you really like, okay? So doing it the way that we did yesterday, we would need to find 80% of 40. So I'd punch in 0.8 times 40, and that is 32. So 80% is what we get to take off. So this is what we get to take off. So I've got 40 minus 32, and that would be an $8 jacket. Whoa, heck of a deal if you're a KU fan, okay? All right, but a more efficient way. If it's 80% off, then what percent are we actually paying for? 20%. We're actually paying for 20% of it. So we could just find 20% of 40. So I punch in 0.2 times 40. And I got $8 in one step instead of two. Okay? All right, good luck on your practice sheet. Remember, check in during office time if you're having questions. Bye.